Hi guys, it's me again, Adam, alcoholic and weed addict. I'm just checking in with my daily update on my sobriety journey from all mind-altering substances. I'm very tired tonight, my routine's catching up with me, so I'm going to try and keep this one short and sweet. So I want to talk about the tools that I'm getting and using to help me through my journey. The first tool I want to talk about is the lengthy list of contacts that I'm developing in meetings from other alcoholics and addicts with a similar mind and a similar way of thinking. I did underestimate this at the start, but I can now see the importance of it. At first, I was very anxious to answer the phone to anyone, let alone a stranger, and then truthfully tell them how my day was and my journey. So this has been a nightmare scenario for me, and I honestly couldn't think of anything worse. The phone would ring and I would just freeze in panic, and I'd reluctantly answer the phone. And after the first few calls, I realised it wasn't that bad, and these people, they actually got me. They understood exactly where I was coming from and what I was going through because they've done it themselves. They thought like me, and they were more than willing to share advice, tips to keep me going and keep me on track. They encouraged me when I was low, they congratulated me when I was on cloud nine, they gave me things to watch out for happening, and generally spurred me on with stories of their own experiences. Speaking with them helped lower my anxiety and raise my confidence to communicate. I now answer the phone without a second thought. 2 weeks ago I simply wouldn't have done that. I find myself on the phone lately being the one dishing out the advice. And that's been quite nice, a nice feeling to help. And there has been people that are struggling or have had a dark day, and it's been nice to be able to help them. I've encouraged a relapser back into meetings, and today I received an hour-long phone call from an old friend I worked with over 10 years ago who's seen my videos and reached out as they were an addict who were suffering in silence. The honesty in my videos allowed them the confidence to reach out and call me, and they were brutally honest about their own addiction and made the first step by admitting it to me. I recommended joining an online meeting before going in person because they lived too far away for me to go with them. And by the end of that hour-long call, they decided to go to a meeting in person by themselves, which I thought was amazing. So this channel, guys, is not even 2 weeks old and it's already working as I intended, which I think is an amazing thing already. And for once in my life, I didn't feel worthless, and I felt very privileged for them to call me. If you're struggling in silence, please reach out. That's what this channel was created for, and it's now working, guys. Please reach out. The other tool, the most important one, is working the 12 steps. And I'm only on step 1, but I've been working the first step very thoroughly. The steps are here to educate you to recover successfully, stay recovered, and then eventually pass that wisdom on, although I'm already trying to pass it on as I learn it. So by thoroughly covering step 1, I can admit that I was powerless over alcohol and that my life had become unmanageable. Why am I powerless over alcohol? Well, because I can't stop drinking, and when I do, I can't stop for very long. And why is that? Well, because I've got a physical allergy to alcohol, and what I mean by that is once I put in one drink, there's a reaction which triggers a craving for more and more and more. It's not possible for me to have one drink and leave it alone because I cannot control this craving once it's triggered. That's me off to the races and there's no going back. I'm also powerless of alcohol because I have an illness of the mind. My mind is sick because I suffer from a mental obsession with alcohol. The thought can come literally out of nowhere or can be triggered by anything, and once that starts, thoughts start racing, I start justifying drinking, somehow I can control it, and this time will be different. I start lying to myself. My brain will tell me anything I need to hear to take that first drink, and it simply leaves me with no choice in the matter. All choice is gone, and I am off to the races. I'm also powerless over alcohol because I suffer from what is known as a spiritual malady, which basically means my soul is sick as well. I'm maladjusted to life, and I can't cope with life on life's terms, or whatever life throws at me, I can't handle it when I'm sober. And I need a drink to deal with it. And if I don't have a drink, I'm restless, irritable, and discontent. I'm very irritable. When things pee me off, I'll slam doors like a child, I'll punch holes in walls, I'll argue with anyone. Even my own bosses over the years haven't been spared from my outbursts. I've walked out of jobs like the job means nothing to me. And then I'll hate myself the next day because I can't handle the stress sober. I'm very discontented. Even when I'm earning high wages, it's never enough. I'm ungrateful for what I have and I just want more and more and more. I'm never happy. I pick faults at everyone. I'll be going to work thinking that guy's lazy, doesn't do half the work as me, just wants to get money for doing as little work as possible and leave it all to Adam. Oh aye, Adam will get it. And then I'll go home and I'll smoke a joint, crank open a beer, and I'll think all of a sudden, well, the guy tries his best, you know. It's not his fault that I haven't taught him how to do every single job, and it's not his fault that he's only worked for slow and disorganized chefs. Not all chefs can work as fast as me. A total perspective changer, indeed. I become very restless when life throws obstacles at me. When I'm sober, I can't sit still for 2 minutes. I'll be downstairs arguing with someone, then I'll be upstairs looking for peace. I'll be downstairs arguing again, then I'll way back out on my bike. Then I'm back home 10 minutes later, and then I'm wanting to argue, and this cycle just never ends until I eventually drink. So this is what I've learnt about myself in step 1, and only when I fully understand what's wrong with me can I take the steps to fix it. This is essentially now my diagnosis. Guys, catch me tomorrow for another daily update on my sobriety journey. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel to help other sick addicts who might be suffering silence and help them reach out to get the help they need to change and potentially save their life. One day at a time.